American Airlines Flight 191 was a regularly scheduled passenger flight operated by American Airlines from Hare International Airport in Chicago, Illinois, to Los Angeles International Airport in Los Angeles, California. As 258 passengers flew onto American Airlines Flight 191 at Hare International Airport the Friday before Memorial Day in 1979, nothing suggested that they would never reach Los Angeles. They would have listened to the flight attendant instruct them how to buckle the seatbelt and where to find the emergency exits. None of that would matter. As the three-engine McDonnell Douglas DC-10 accelerated down the runway, reaching takeoff speed, the left engine broke away. Vaulting over the aircraft's wing, the pilot heard a thunk. "Damn," one of the pilots said. It would be the last word captured by the cockpit voice recorder. The plane continued to rise, its wings level, despite the nearly 13,500 pounds suddenly missing from its left side. But as it reached 300 feet, the plane slowed and rolled left until it began to overturn, its nose tipping down. After just 31 seconds of flight, the plane plunged back to Earth, killing all the passengers and 13 crew members on board. The wreckage strafed an open field and mobile home park, scattering debris and erupting into flames. Bodies were burned beyond recognition. American Airlines Flight 191 was a regularly scheduled passenger flight operated by American Airlines from Hare International Airport in Chicago, Illinois to Los Angeles International Airport, California. On May 25, 1979, the McDonnell Douglas DC-10 operating this flight was taken off from runway 32R when it crashed into the ground after the left engine detached. All 258 passengers and 13 crew members on board were killed, along with 2 people on the ground. With 273 fatalities, it is the deadliest aviation accident to have occurred in the United States. The National Transportation Safety Board found that as the aircraft was beginning its takeoff rotation, engine number 1 separated from the left wing, flipping over the top of the wing and landing on the runway. As the engine separated from the aircraft, it severed hydraulic fluid lines that locked the wing's leading edge slats in place and damaged a 3-foot section of the left wing's leading edge. Aerodynamic forces acting on the wing resulted in an uncommanded retraction of the outboard slats. As the aircraft began to climb, the damaged left wing with no engine produced far less lift than the right wing. With its slats still deployed and its engine providing full takeoff thrust, the disrupted and unbalanced aerodynamics of the aircraft caused it to roll abruptly to the left until it was partially inverted, reaching a bank angle of 112 degrees. Before crashing in an open field by a trailer parked near the end of the runway, the engine separation was abrupted to damage to the pylon structure holding the engine to the wing, caused by improper maintenance procedure used at American Airlines. Of a dozen pilots who attempted simulator reactions of Flight 191 with the same information that was available to the crew, none of them managed to prevent a crash. The crew couldn't see the wings from the cockpit and probably didn't know that the left engine had fallen off, only that they had an engine out. Abortion takeoff would have likely resulted in a runway overrun and crash. Furthermore, even if they increased engine speed enough to get airborne, the damage to the left wing, which included leaking fuel and broken electrical wires, would have created an extremely dangerous situation, possibly an explosion and fire similar to what happened to Air Canada Flight 621 9 years earlier. And quite probably nothing could have been done to save Flight 191 from the moment the engine separated. The National Transportation Safety Board determines that the probable cause of this accident was asymmetrical stall and the ensuing roll of the aircraft because of the uncommanded retraction of the left wing outboard leading edge slats and the loss of stall warning and slat disagreement indication system resulting from maintenance-induced damage leading to the separation of the number 1 engine and pylon assembly at the critical point during takeoff. The separation resulted from damage by improper maintenance procedure, which led to failure of the pylon structure. Contributing to the cause of the accident were the vulnerability of the design of the pylon, attached points to maintenance damage, the vulnerability of the design of the leading edge slat system to the damage which produced asymmetry, deficiencies in the Federal Aviation Administration surveillance and reporting systems which failed to detect and prevent the use of improper maintenance procedures, deficiencies in the practices and communications among the operators. The manufacturer and the FAA, which failed to determine and disseminate the particulars regarding previous maintenance damage incident, intolerance of prescribed operational procedures to the unique emergency.